Well, the sun has set, and usually I'd be packing my gear away and heading home by now. Not today. I haven't even got my camera out of the bag yet. This video. Well, this video is all about the Blue Hour, something that actually I don't think I shoot enough of. As I mentioned before, I'm usually packing away, ready to go home by now, but I thought in this video we would just explore those beautiful blues. And actually, I think there's a ton of advantages to shooting in the Blue Hour. One, it's far more relaxing. Like, I am not rushing. Normally, sunrise, sunset, I'm chasing the light. I'm frantic, waiting for that perfect moment. Whereas here, man, just everything's moving so slowly. Popped the wide angle on, the 20 to 35 on the X2D. Another advantage to shooting Blue Hour is there's not many people around. Everyone's gone home by now. Feels like I've got this entire place to myself. So I guess you can consider this a bit of a challenge, you know. It takes every ounce of willpower to not come out and shoot sunset. It's actually stupid not shooting like that golden light of sunrise and sunset, only focusing on the Blue Hour. But I have to say, I do like restricting my photography. I think it often helps focus the mind a little bit. Anyway, I'm framing up a shot here. I've got to say, I'm not loving the seaweed. However, under those cool blue tones of the Blue Hour, where everything's nice and soft and contrast is low, it's not terrible. But yeah, low tide, should have known better. But I'm gonna make the most of it and see what we can do here. And actually the first thing I'm doing is changing my aspect ratio to a panoramic, because we have this wonderful rock pool that's nice and calm, a few boulders strewn across it, and then of course we have St Mary's Lighthouse just in the distance, which I'll be honest with you, the reason I'm starting my video here is because I was hoping that lighthouse was going to come on and light up, which usually it does. Maybe it will, I'm not sure. But I wanted to show the contrast between the cool blue light of the Blue Hour and then the warm glow of artificial lighting. Yeah. I don't think it's going to happen. Don't need filters either, which is good because I forgot mine on this shoot. But because the light levels are so low now, f/16, I'm getting 11-second exposure, which is great actually because there's a bit of a breeze. Yeah, man, I don't know. This shot's okay. It's fine. To be honest, there's a lot of cloud cover. The light on the lighthouse has not come on. And we are surrounded by sickly seaweed. So I think the first image is a bit of a fail. But we're gonna persevere with this Blue Hour video and we're gonna see what we can come up with. We've got lots more Blue Hours before this video goes out. So we'll try some different locations and see what we can get. But I don't know, let me know what you think about this. And if you would embrace the seaweed, or like me, you've tried to eliminate as much as possible. So I couldn't resist this shot. I was on my way back to the car. It's really dark now. It's probably not going to come across on camera. It never does, but trust me, it's basically nighttime now. So we are deep into the Blue Hour. And the vibrance and, well, the blueness, I suppose is the only way you could put it, in this direction is incredible. And it really is contrasted by that pristine white lighthouse, which is recently painted. And I still don't think it's going to be very good, but in the spirit of this Blue Hour video, we're going to grab this shot anyway. But I do think there will be room for improvement. Well, the sun has set and we are back out with the camera for another Blue Hour shoot. Now, let's be honest with each other. Those images, they weren't the best, were they? So I'm looking at how I can improve on that. What actionable steps can I take to improve on, quite frankly, those quite poor images? Yeah. Well, let's see what we can do this evening. So for me, there was two main problems with that last shoot. One was the fact that there was no artificial light to contrast with the ambient blue light. And two, well, it was all of the seaweed. And look, you can see it here, it was surrounded by it. It's a problem with low tide on the northeast coast of England. So we need to figure out those two problems. I think we're managing. Well, problem number one, the lighting. I'm hoping, but actually this is surprisingly difficult information to come by. I'm hoping that this castle, Bamburgh Castle in the background, gets lit up by spotlights. It definitely does. I know it does. I don't know, I just wonder if they don't bother doing it in summertime because it gets dark so late. I don't know. A lot of this photography is kind of banking on that castle getting lit up. Yeah. Anyway, the second thing, the seaweed, as you can see here, massive open patch of sand. So we're on the edge of the seaweed, so we're going to push forward, probably go into the water a little bit and shoot back towards the castle for that beautiful blue hour shot. So my thinking with getting in the water is that it's basically going to be my foreground as the water goes past the lens, or past the camera, should I say. And then, of course, we have the beautiful castle in the background. I really don't want to get wet feet, though. I think I've already been breached. As always with this type of photography, shutter speed is everything, but at the same time, you can't really control your composition. You just have to, well, frame it as best you can, wait for the waves to come in, and then shoot a few frames as the wave comes in and then recedes away. So this is a quite simple composition, made interesting mainly by the waves coming in and out that give that interest, foreground, that lead up to the subject. But I think this is working really well. The contrast between the deep blues, yet the warm sandstone of the castle. This is a nice image to kick off the evening. Fingers crossed, those lights of the castle do come on. Yes, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in business. The lights have come on. This is fantastic, and we still have a lovely bit of a warm glow from the ambient sky over to the west. Kind of feel like, I'm giving myself a bit of a hard time because I'm just going for really simplistic compositions. Like the only reason I've come to Bamburgh Castle, which is obviously it's an iconic location, beautiful, beautiful spot, but well photographed. Well, the only reason I came here is because I was pretty sure the lights would come on. And I don't have time to sort of take a gamble on something that may or may not light up. And I really wanted to get that contrast between artificial light and blue light. Anyway, now I'm here and I just want to photograph the open beach, the clean, sweeping sand, basically what I've just shot. And I'm feeling a bit bad, like, oh, maybe I should try and work in a complex composition and get something unique and original. But honestly, everything behind the camera over here, well, it's just ugly as anything. It's like all that seaweed, which I don't like, and the tide's out, low tide, so, you know, I'm just going to keep it simple. I think it works. I think it works best. So I'm going to use all of this beautiful open sand. There's no footprints, there's no people. Well, not many people anyway. And we have the lights on at Bamburgh Castle, so, yeah. Might even go for a panoramic. Do love a pano. Do love a pano. So it's still not quite dark enough for the lights of the castle to really pop. I think we need a few more minutes. But that's all right. It's the slow hour. That's what we'll call it, the slow hour, not the blue hour. Now, actually, almost as if I planned it, let me take this time whilst we wait for the lights to thank the sponsor, which is Squarespace. Now, if you don't know who Squarespace are, they're an all-in-one website building platform where you can log on, use their drag and drop system and make your own professional looking website with absolutely zero web building experience. In fact, zero computer skills. You don't need anything. It's dead easy, straightforward, and I reckon go on YouTube, watch a couple of tutorials, and you will knock yourself up a professional, beautiful looking website with everything you expect of a modern website, from an online store, online gallery. You can even have your own members area. There's AI to help you out with your copy and your artwork. So if you fancy giving that a go, go to squarespace.com/Heaton and give it a free try. And if you like that free trial, then use the offer code Heaton and you'll get 10% off your first purchase. So thank you for your patience there. And it's looking like we're almost set. Yeah, and I think we're gonna go for the pano as well. Now, one of the problems I'm going to face here is because of the lack of light in the Blue Hour. Obviously, everything you shoot is going to be a long exposure, whether that's a couple of seconds or 10 seconds, whatever. I'm in the water, it's really windy, so we've got the tripod vibrating from the wind, the waves coming in. It's going to be difficult to get a sharp image here, actually. Oh, this is just lovely. I think we've just reached peak balance between blue ambient light and then the lights on the castle, which are much warmer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another sunset as we transition into another Blue Hour. So for this final evening of this mini challenge I've set myself, I wanted to focus on what Blue Hour really means to me. Which I realise is quite a funny sentence when you say it. What does Blue Hour mean to you? But in all seriousness, I think like the images from Bamburgh Castle just previously, I think they were nice, but I think they were quite pretty, like postcard-esque. But for my final location, I wanted to come somewhere quite spiritual, somewhere with a lot of history and a lot of folklore and tales. Because for me, Blue Hour can have a very evocative mood. I think that can be quite a powerful thing. So I've come here to this beautiful 4,000-year-old stone circle in the heart of Northumberland. In fact, all of the images from today have been from Northumberland. What a fantastic county. I live here. I should explore it more. And honestly, this little Blue Hour long weekend, we'll call it, yeah, it's fantastic. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Right, it's not quite there yet in terms of light, but let's give it a few minutes and we'll find our composition. It's just going to be one shot, I expect. Yeah, nice one to finish on, I think. Bit of a tricky one to compose this. I mean, really, it's a simple stone circle, so you'd think it would be quite easy, but it's not. There is a lot to consider. We're on the top of a hill, and there's no real background, so to speak of. So it's not like, oh, line up the stone circle with the mountains or anything like that. There's really not much to consider until you start looking and paying attention, and then there's a lot to consider. You've got the direction of the light. For example, I don't want to be shooting in this direction towards the setting sun, because you're going to lose all of that Blue Hour goodness. So I really want to be shooting this way, my back to the setting sun behind me, and get all of these blues and magentas as the sun really begins to sink into the sky. But the problem is that from this direction, shooting this way, so shooting towards the east, it's the worst backdrop, man. You've got plantation woodland, which is a big, dark blotch on the landscape. None of this beautiful golden hay that we have. Actually, the most open and clean backdrop is over to the west, but as I've just said, we don't really want to shoot into the setting sun because we get none of the Blue Hour goodness. Now, actually, the best arrangement of the stone circles, again, another thing to consider, well, it's from about here, where you're framed up more or less. But we've got no long grass in the foreground. We've just got this footpath, which is not great either. So I've struggled a little bit. Well, not really struggled, just I've done that thing that all photographers do. I've walked around in a clockwise orientation, then gone anti-clockwise, then gone back to the start point, then changed my mind and gone to the other side of the stone circle, hesitated a bit, give it some thought, went back to where I started, then back over to the other side, and then finally back to where it all started, which is just here. This is why I like photographing by myself. Because I just look like an idiot. I look like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm walking around changing my mind constantly from time. I can't be the only photographer who does this. Let me know in the comments if you are a hesitator like me, or maybe not. Maybe you just, you know, get in the right spot and then you are certain that that is the right spot. Yeah, not me. When I'm with company, people get frustrated. What are you doing? What, you were there 10 minutes ago and now you're back where you started. What you? It's a little bit like when I go shopping with my wife and she tries on a dress or something, then looks around 19 other shops and then winds up buying the first dress that she tried on. It's exactly that, but photography-wise. So I think this is the best spot. There's always going to be a compromise, but here we get quite a lot of the blue goodness because we're kind of looking north-northeast. We're getting side light on the stones, which is really important because even though we're shooting blue hour and the sun has set, there's still a huge glow over to the west and obviously nice and dark to the east. And that glow is casting on the stone, so it gives it that pop, that three-dimensionality, if that's a word, and really just lifts everything. So because I'm shooting through this glorious golden grass, what I'm doing for my first shot is I'm just opening up to the widest f-stop on this lens, which is 2.5. See if you can tell what I'm about to do next. Yep, you've guessed it. I am switching to a panoramic, quite wide with the stones nicely arranged in the center. I think, can we? Yeah, I've been coming left and right, and there's stuff, distractions in the background. I'm just gonna go this way, but there we go. Perfect. I was just tweaking it a bit, just trying to get the separation between each of the stones nice and equal. But if you go too far over, then you bring in background distractions. So anyway, minor change makes all the difference. There is one problem. There is another combine harvester in this direction behind the stones, and he's got his big lights on. So I think he's going back and forth. So I might have to clone him out. No way to include it. It's just a bright distraction. I'm going to pop a polarizer on and see if that makes a difference, because at this time of the day it can often make a dramatic difference. Oh wow. That has taken blue hour from a 7 to an 11. That is incredible. And it's really, actually, it's brought out more of the texture and the light in the stones as well. The stones feel more defined. Oh, fantastic. That's nice. I think this works really well. And I think this is a beautiful time of day to shoot, especially in the summer months. Like, it's dark, but it's not that dark. Although I suspect in 10 minutes it will be. This is nice. It's got a very moody, atmospheric, mystical feel to it. This is really nice. And you know what? It's just a tiny bit different to what you see. Most stone circle shots have that gorgeous low golden side light raking across the landscapes, catching the edge of the stones, and it's beautiful, don't get me wrong. But I think there's something to be said about focusing on the mood of an image rather than just the aesthetics. I don't know if that makes sense, or it could just be waffling. Maybe I've been infected by the blue hour, because this has been great, man. It's been so much fun. But this, I'm very happy with this panoramic with the polarizer, gorgeous subject, combine harvester disappearing behind the stones. Yeah, simple, but I think it's quite beautiful. Well, there you have it, blue hour. Give it a go. I think there's a lot to be said for. Oh, hang on a minute. Just as I was packing away, moon is rising. Oh, come on. I'm not sure. I think I'm attracted to the moon. I don't know if actually it's a good shot. I might never find out as well if I can't get this lens on. Why? Right, you line up the. Anyone would think I've never used a camera before. There's the red dot. Line the red dot with the... There we go. It's because my flipping collar was on upside down. That confused me. Yeah, rubbish. Rubbish. We'll edit that out. What was I saying? Yeah, blue hour, a great time of day to shoot. Generally speaking, it's slower, it's quieter. It's definitely more challenging, I would say, but the rewards are there. And there is something really special about being out late at night, somewhere nice and peaceful and quiet. It's fantastic. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, give it a like. Make sure you comment and interact with the video. And of course, if you're not a subscriber, please do consider subscribing for more content. And with that being said, I will see you all next week.